Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of 10 years ago. Now tonight we're going to be looking at a show that I've never seen before. Two on the bounce, believe it or not. Oh yes, this is going to be Raw X. Now when I put on Facebook that I was watching Raw X, stupid name, I know, what is it with the WWE and Roman numerals? I don't get it. Anyway, loads of people sent me messages saying, what's Raw X, dude? Raw X was the 10th anniversary of Raw. Raw started in 1993, we're up to 2003. We're about to have the 20th anniversary of Raw, are we not? This was an award show, because so many people obviously tune into a wrestling show to watch awards, don't they? Clearly. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of my friends' fandom, if you want to call it that, dropped off in 2001, 2002 especially. 2003, I'm still here, I'm still watching, I'm still loving it. So, but for some reason that I cannot explain, I never ever saw the show. Should we get on with this? No matches, I'll point that out now. It's just all awards. And some of them are so fucking stupid. Some of you guys seem to like it when I rant, and I can feel quite a few rants coming on here. Anyway, so we're live at the World. Remember that. Shawn Michaels is first person out. He's out to present the Diva of the Decade. He reminds us that he's #1 in the Royal Rumble, which is nice. He makes some jokes about divas, how they are now, how they were. Bull Nakano and Bertha Faye are mentioned. A bit mean about Bertha being dead and all that, but there we go. So, the nominees for Diva of the Decade are, in no particular order, Chyna, who won't win it because she's blacklisted by WWE, Sunny, Sable, Trish Stratus, and Lita. Now, in the first awards, for fuck's sake kind of moments, the winner is Trish Stratus. Now then, if they were doing these awards right now, I would have no issue with it being Trish. But Trish Stratus has been in the company since 2000 at this point, so barely 3 years. And, well, she was doing alright, and she definitely improved as a wrestler in the last year, because when she first won the Women's Championship in 2001, between then and at this point, she had improved a lot, but she was still nothing special at this point, I believe. Chyna, I understand why it was never going to be her, but she would be a better choice than Trish. And then, come on, look at Jesus Christ, Sunny drew so much money for the company, and Sable did more for the ratings. So either of those two would have been better choices, in my opinion, but Trish Stratus. Okay. So, over the course of the evening, we're going to get 10 of the best moments in Raw history, alright? And these were apparently chosen by the fans. Now, if you believe that, you are a moron, clearly. But by point at the end, Edge says 2 million people voted. Sorry, I've got something. Something stuck in my tooth. 2 million people voted for these, so they're all voted for by the fans, apparently. So, Raw moment number 10 is the "This Is Your Life" Rock sequence that Mick Foley and Rock did during an ungodly rating on Raw. I can't remember. What I'd like to know is, while this segment was going on, what was happening on Nitro at the exact same time that made everyone just go, oh, fuck this, and clicked it on? Can I tell you something, guys? I watched this segment a couple of days ago just to see. And I tell you, it's really, really long. It's too long. And while it's entertaining, I personally come away from this segment going, God, Rock was a dick, wasn't he? Mick Foley's just trying to be nice. Rock just shoots down every single person that comes out. And you're left going, God, why did I like this guy again? Rock is my favourite all-time wrestler, my absolute favourite, But I come away sometimes watching promos and watching matches of this going, why did I like him? It does matter why I say, damn it. Next, Shane McMahon comes out, and check out the name of this award, He comes out to present the Don't Try This at Home award. Like, what does that mean? Is that... We're told on every show, don't try this at home. But this award is for the don't... Oh, fucking stupid company. New York. We're in New York. We're at the World in New York. And the fans heckled the fuck out of Shane, which makes me smile. So, this award is for big spots, basically. I think, maybe. Anyway, so right, the nominees are Big Slow, chokeslamming on The Undertaker through the ring in 1999. Jeff Hardy bumping like a machine in TLC 4, whoop-de-doo. The Dudley Boys powerbombing Mae Young off the stage through a table. And Kurt Angle hitting an arm-breaking moonsault of doom off the cage onto Benoit in 2001. All fucking stupid choices, personally. We've seen the only one in those that I think deserves an award, if anything else, is the Mae Young one, because that one is the props to Mae Young for taking such a ridiculous bump. But no, oh no, Angle wins. Angle wins for hitting a moonsault off the top of the cage. I just remembered he missed. Benoit rolled out of the way, so he hit a move that missed. And that gets him an award. He comes out and celebrates. He starts to cut a promo with Team Angle, who had just been introduced. And the sound guys cut him off. Lovely, eh? Brilliant. Fucking great. Stacey Keebler's at the World with Coach. And she starts talking about some really crap gimmicks that we've seen. But the thing is, I have issue with it. I mean, she talks about Reaper Man and Mantor and Duke the Dumpster Drose and all ones that have the Bastion Booger, for example. All ones that are legitimately shit. It's just that they mentioned two people in there that I have issue with, and that's IRS, who was as part of Money Inc. I thought was really good, and Earthquake, who, let's put it honest with you, he was pushed as a main eventer in the early 90s, working with Hogan. So he can't be that shit, can he? Let's be honest with you. I thought for his size, Earthquake and Typhoon are one that comes to my head. They weren't great, but they're still memorable. Anyway, Raw number 9 is The Rock's car being run over by Stone Cold Steve Austin in a monster truck. Yay. If you say so, guys, one of those things. Booker T comes out. He presents the Tell Me I Didn't Just Say That award. This is for things you didn't expect, I assume. We get the nominees, for fuck's sake. I mean, just listen to these nominees. We've got Mick Foley's Three Faces of Foley segment, which was fucking brilliant. We'll give him that one. Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon hugging. If you've watched a lot of this series, you'll know how much that bothered me, as they literally pissed away millions of dollars by embracing. Bart Gunn winning the Brawl for All. I'm amazed they even talked about this. This is one of those things that's been completely... And how many people can remember the Brawl for All? I only remember... I remember the Brawl for All. I remember Dr. Death Steve Williams getting knocked the fuck out. I remember Bart Gunn getting knocked the fuck out by Bubblegum on the brain. Always, Pip, always. By Butterbean at WrestleMania 15. Oh, and Austin crashing Raw riding a Zamboni, which is a nice machine, I think, which is nice, and you tag Vince for it. And our final nomination is Kane's ability to shoot fire out the ring posts. Yay! Who's the winner? Well, it's the only one that's good of all of them, and that's Mick Foley, isn't it? Mick Foley's Three Faces of Foley promo before his match with Triple H. Fantastic. Foley isn't there, though, because at this moment in time he hates WWE and refuses to come and accept the award. What's the point of giving it to somebody? What's the point? In a rigged vote, let's be honest here, because it just is, why not give it to someone who can actually attend? I don't know. Ric Flair presents a tribute to fallen wrestlers. This is really nicely done. You've got Pillman, you've got Rude, you've got Bulldog, Andre the Giant, who's never been on Raw. Explain. Anyone? He died before Raw ever started, never appeared on Raw once. Fair enough. If you say so, WWE, if you say so. Jericho, complete with an awful outfit and that heel beard, comes out to present the Gimme the Mic Award. This is for who's the best promo. This is, this is one of the obvious ones. But come on, so, nominees are Stone Cold, the whole of Generation X, all of them. Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Vince McMahon, and The Rock. And of course, The Rock wins. Chorus of boos. Rock can't be there. He cuts a live via satellite promo that's awful. Runs down the catchphrases, and it's obvious it's pre-recorded. Stephanie runs down Angle. The New York crowd completely boo the fuck out of him. Completely blew him. Completely. And I'm sat there, as I say, as a Rock fan going, God, this is shit, isn't it? Like, please just get him off the screen, because it's so bad. Another one who can't be there. And it's just ridiculous. That's two awards that are given to the big stars, neither of which are there. Brilliant. Raw moment number 8, oh Jesus Christ, is Shane turning up on the last Nitro. Again, if you've been watching this series a long time, you'll know how much this one bothered me, because it was one of the it was the final thing we saw in Nitro, the last thing we ever saw on WCW, and it was an advert for WrestleMania, and you're like, wow, that's shit, isn't it? Fuck's sake. Michael Cole and Taz come out, getting an ECW chant from the fucking crowd, and they present the Shut Up and Kiss Me award. Oh God, another quality name for an award there, don't you agree? The nominees are Mae Young and Mark Henry, oh Jesus Christ, Chyna and Eddie Guerrero, Lisa and Matt Hardy, William Regal and Vince McMahon for the Kiss My Ass segment. Apparently fans voted for these. Seriously? Did you go on your computer and go, do you know, the best kiss I've ever seen on Raw was that time Regal kissed Vince? No, it wasn't. And Triple H and Stephanie. And guess who wins? Go on, guess! Triple H gets his ass out, which is nice. He says he wants Stephanie to kiss his ass. And she spanks him. Whoop-de-doo. Raw moment number 7 is Mr. Socko and Vince and Austin. I'm sure you remember that one. First for Mr. Socko. It's a good segment. It's enjoyable. Best ever. Wouldn't even put it in my top 10. But I'll tell you something. This has got the best. I suppose, they could be included because it's got the best weapon shot I've ever heard. Which is where Austin wallops Vince across the head. The noise it makes is just priceless. And I saw on one of the DVDs that they released, I can't remember which one it was, but apparently Austin sat there banging it on its own head to try and find where it made the sweetest sound, and he got it just right. And when he whacked Vince, bing! Like, oh. Me and Gene Oakland and Pat Patterson come out to present Jesus Christ. The Network Difficulties Award. This award is for edgy TV. Okay, so the nominees, and this is one of those things where this show is pure bollocks, right? I just need to point this out, because when I go through the nominees, think about this one. Which one is the edgiest TV, right? And think about which one that you would give it to. The nominees are... just reading this out will hurt. Bear with me a second. I need something. Just bear with me. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Just talk amongst yourself. Just. I need one of these two things. Either some Monster or some cider. Because this... you're monster, idiot. This is so stupid. Just point this out. It's so fucking stupid. The nominees are Mae Young giving birth to a hand. I never ever want to see that ever again. Stone Cold stunning Santa. 10 years later, we've got Alberto Del Rio running over Santa. Apparently 10 years ago, or before that, Stone Cold giving the stunner to Santa was edgy, apparently. HLA. Whoop-de-doo. And, now bear in mind what I've just been saying, which one would you say was the edgy TV? The Austin and Pillman segment from 1997, where Austin ran around, Pillman had a gun. Naturally, Mae Young wins. Mae Young giving birth to a hand is the most edgy one. This is pure butter bollocks, right? Because the Austin Pillman segment almost got Raw kicked off the air. Almost. They were like, listen, if you ever do this shit again, we will take you off the air. End of. They had to promise they would never do anything like this again. And of course they haven't. Okay, it was one of those things that, I mean, it was too far, in my opinion. Yeah, they did little things to cover themselves. They didn't say gunshots, for example. They said explosions. Little things like that. But this is just one of those things where this award show is bullshit, alright? Raw number 6. Raw moment number 6 is the Nation parody. Still funny today. Spawned the Rock and Triple H feud. Best ever? No. Brock Lesnar comes out to... Sorry, Brock Lesnar. Why is that right? Brock Lesnar. It just makes me smell. It's out to present Wrestler of the Decade. Now, bear in mind that we've had 2 big awards where Foley wasn't there and Rock wasn't there. I mean, you already know who's going to win the award track, and it'll be there. It's Foley, Rock, Bret Hart, Triple H, Undertaker, and Austin. God love that Shawn Michaels isn't in that list. That's funny. The winner is Stone Cold Steve Austin, who obviously isn't there. Why would he be there? You know, he still hasn't returned to WWE TV. WWE spent weeks teasing that Austin would be there for instance. They said that Rock would be there. They also said that Foley would be there, to be honest, now I think about it. None of them are there. None of them. Who do we get to accept the award on behalf of Stone Cold? That's right, his best mate! Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon comes out. runs down, says Austin isn't there, and that's the bottom line because Mr. McMahon says so. What the fuck? Raw moment number 5. Now this is interesting because it's Austin and Tyson, the pull-apart brawl. This, in my opinion, should have been in the top 2. Huge moment, absolutely huge. Got loads of people who weren't interested in wrestling in the slightest to take a look at the WWF. It was on news, on every news channel, you know, it was big. And it's only number 5, wow. And then there's this, and then there's this one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this pissed me off so much when I watched this show that after this award, I had to turn it off. I had to completely and utterly turn it off because I was so gobsmacked, right? Because it's the match of the decade award. Now, I put on Facebook, right, we've got to this point. There's 2 matches that spring to mind that are the match of the decade, the best matches to happen on Raw. And 2, right, there was The Undertaker versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the night that Stone Cold won the championship back in 1999. Massive rating, great match, all right? But for long-term viewers, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, finals of the European... Do you remember the European Championship? That hasn't existed for 10 years, I believe it or not. Can you believe? Yeah, the finals to create the first ever European champion was Owen Hart, British Bulldog. I think it was in Germany, now I think about it. One of the best matches I've ever seen. I guarantee you, one of the best matches I've ever seen. That is what I'm thinking will surely win match of the decade. And then I started thinking, like, oh, God. But at this point, both men are dead. And you're like, I don't know if that's going to happen. So do you know what our nominations are? Get this, right? There are some good ones in there. Cactus Jack versus Triple H from 1997, great match. Austin versus Kane from 1998, that's the night after the King of the Ring. That's where Austin won the championship back. Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker from 2002 in a ladder match. Now, loads of people will tell me that this match was fucking incredible, and I will tell you, bullshit, it was alright, but it was an extended squash. And TLC 4 from 2002, the Raw Roulette one. Do you remember that? This was from a couple of months ago, a couple of months previous to this. And which one, of course, of those wins? Well, of course, it's the match that no one remembers, a match that was pure bollocks on every front that it could have been, and it was TLC 4. That was the best match of the decade, apparently. According to WWE and its fans, a match that only happened a couple of weeks before, or a couple of months before, was the match of the decade. And it's worth pointing out, have you noticed that nothing on this show exists nothing from pre-97 Raw just doesn't exist? Isn't that strange? This is utter balls. This show is so terrible, and there's still more to come. As Raw moment number 4 is DX invading WCW, we'll give them that. That's a good choice. And then we got the top 3. The top 3 moments in the history of Raw, and then I'm done. Thank goodness. The Rock and Hulk Hogan have a stare down before WrestleMania. You know, it's where Rock issues the challenge. That moment, I've talked about this on this series before, to this day sends chills up my spine. How do you feel like headlining one last WrestleMania with The Rock? Oh, God! Wrestling magic right there. The problem we have here is that we get the highly edited version of this segment. How do you feel about going one last WrestleMania with The Rock? Hogan goes to cut him off. Yes or no. It's like the whole bit, nothing. And it also doesn't show the rock bottom afterwards. And it also, of course, doesn't show the absolute spoil of this moment where in the back later on in the show, Hulk Hogan tries to kill the Rock by running him over with a truck. Oh. Raw moment number 2. Raw is Owen. I have feelings about this show that would get me so much hate from you guys. So that's just going to say I'm going to keep those to myself. Alright? Because I know how a lot of people would. I know how a lot of people would say. And the best moment in Raw history, the best one, the best, is according to you fans, and this is very important. Edge comes out and says that, like I say, 2 million people voted, and of those 2 million people, 400,000 apparently voted for this moment to be the best moment in Raw history. And do you know what it was? It was Austin coming out with his beer truck and hosing down Vince, Shane and The Rock. Goodness me, is that the best? It was a fun moment. It did good to build up WrestleMania 15. Best moment in Raw history? Not a fucking chance. Let me tell you something. This is a show I've never seen before. Until I watched it, I'd never seen it. And I tell you guys, I wish right now that I could go back and have never seen it, because it's just an utter shit. The nominees for the awards, right, are all bollocks. And if people actually voted for them, all I can think of, right, is that if people did legitimately vote for these, that the WWE gave them like 5 choices and they voted for the best one that they think. That's all I can think of. It's so wank. If the fans really did vote for these ones, though, if it's the flip side, that this is what I wanted to see. WWE fans really are as stupid as I think they are. Really are. We'll give the WWE a tiny modicum of credit, right? Because they must have learned from this, and that every award show they've done since, for example, the Slammies, they've put matches on because wrestling fans tune in to see wrestling. They've learned, oh my god, who'd have thunk it? But let me tell you something, right? I mean, there was one comment brought to mind on Facebook, which I can't remember who said it was. The show was good because it brought around the heel turn of The Rock, and it's like, but I thought about that. It's like, oh yeah, the fans did boo him, and maybe they did the right thing, because the fans were booing him. And then remember that this show was in New York, and SummerSlam in 2002 was also in New York, and the fans booed him there as well. So it's no bollocks. And they'd also put a comment about it. Austin's comeback. Austin wasn't on the show, so don't know what you're on about there, mate. Basically, let's put it this way. I take literally nothing but pure frustration away from this show. If you've never seen it, if you sat going, what the fuck are you talking about, Mark? Yeah, avoid at all costs. It's fucking shit. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next time for 10 years ago with Royal Rumble 2003. Austin versus Benoit, why not? Angle versus Benoit. Cannot wait to watch that match again. I've been Mark P. Take it easy. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.